for you it was such a natural कि हाँ मुझे तो अनिल से compare किया जाएगा, and the world was comparing you. What did you, Anil and Boni discuss at that time? Is it an unfair comparison or what should you do?
Whether you're an actor, what happens when an actor is compared to his fellow actor who's his brother, everybody gets to know about it. But in life also, today if you have a brother, if he's doing something, he's become a doctor, your parents will say, "Tu kya kar raha hai yaar? Doctor kyun nahi bana yaar?"
Then I interviewed you with Madhuri Dixit. You were told that you all are working together. This is what is coming out. What was your reaction? What was when you met her first time? What was the reaction?
I gave my first shot with Madhuri for that song Zara Phir Se Kehna in Raja. You recently spoke about Hrithik. You spoke about 2 days back. You interviewed him. A person like him messaged me, and he said you were funny. I laughed a lot, and I felt everything you said. Wow. Hi, this is Sanjay Kapoor, and you're watching this interview on Bollywood Hungama.
You said, you all were like, for you it was such a natural कि हाँ मुझे तो अनिल से compare किया जाएगा, and the world was comparing you. Like this is for the outside world. What did you, Anil and Boni discuss at that time? Is it an unfair comparison or what should you do?
No, it's not. See, even in whether you're an actor, what happens when an actor is compared to his fellow actor who's his brother, everybody gets to know about it. But in life also, today if you have a brother, if he's doing something, he's become a doctor, your parents will say, "Tu kya kar raha hai yaar? Doctor kyun nahi bana yaar?" तो कंपैरिजन तो वो होता ही है, बट खाली क्या आपके फैमिली और फैमिली मेंबर्स को पता चलता है, वो हर लाइफ में होता है, विदाउट टेकिंग नेम फ्रॉम द बिगेस्ट ऑफ फैमिलीज ले लो आप, comparisons are there. It's bound to happen, and you have to live with it and survive that.
Right. Then I interviewed you with Madhuri Dixit at Taj Lands End. What was when you were told that you all are working together, this is what is coming out. What was your reaction? What was when you met her first time? What was the reaction?
Well, with her, the thing is, I've had such pleasant memories because when I gave my first shot with Madhuri for that song Zara Phir Se Kehna in Raja, way back in, I'm very good with dates.
Wow.
Way back in January 1993 in Botanical Garden in Uti.
Okay.
And she was not a superstar, she was 1 to 10 at that time.
Okay.
But she was the easiest person to work with. So for me, and then I worked with her in Mohabbat, there was no change. Then I worked with her in Fame Game. It is just been the same thing. So there was nothing but excitement to work with her. And if you see our interviews, when we went, whether it was an interview, whether when we shot, when we went to couple show, whether we went to any kind of a reality show, you could see that we were just having fun. And that's the personality. She's a superstar, everybody knows, but she's such an easy person to work with.
Right.
And for me, it was like I was being part of a great project in the Fame Game. I was getting a chance to work with her and spend again quality time with her. And you always learn when you work with her. When you see her giving her a shot, or when she's sitting and her simplicity, her people tell me I'm grounded. I think the people should see her. When you talk about being grounded.
Right.
So for me, it was. I couldn't have asked for anything more.
So if there's something that younger actresses and say someone like your daughter should learn from her, what would that be from Madhuri Dixit?
Like being very where a job is concerned, she knew exactly what she's doing, focus in everything. But when the camera is off, she's as friendly, absolutely grounded. She is like for Fame Game. I'll tell you, it was never that after the shot she was running back to the van or she's sitting in a corner and I've seen heroines doing that, sitting in a corner and reading a book. There is no, okay, that, everybody's got different personalities. Right. But to make everybody feel comfortable, and especially if you are such a big star, otherwise there is always this uncomfortableness on the set. It never felt like that. And Fame Game was directed, like when I did Raja, Indra Kumar was a very, very big director himself. Right. But Fame Game was directed by Karishma Kohli and Bijoy Nambiar, who are very talented, extremely talented, not new, but they're fairly new. But if she had that star attitude, the work would have suffered. Yeah. So she made them also very comfortable. Then we had two absolutely raw newcomers who were playing our children. Because of her easiness, you can see their performance also. They were so easy to, their shots with her, their scenes with her, because she made them feel very comfortable. Right. So it was absolutely amazing. So that makes a big difference. So that's what I would tell. Not even Shania, everybody else. That's what you have to.
Right. You know, the one thing that all of you in your entire family have got, I know each one separately, individually, that you're all extremely professional. That is one thing that, you know, where does that come from? That comes from your dad down the pyramid?
I think so. Being professional doesn't have to. It's either there in you or it's not there.
Yeah.
It's like it's just not. If anything in life, you know, it depends on your thing. If you're some people are there. If you're going to the airport, also some people are saying, "Yeah, us zamane mein, I remember 20-25 years back, you could still take the boarding card and somebody used to wait." But that thing, you have a flight. You know, that discipline has to be there. So I don't know who. I think so because I used to see my father when we used to have one car in Chembur. There were 2 bathrooms. It used to take a long time if we had to go for a family function.
Right.
So he used to get ready absolutely on time.
On time.
Okay. And then he used to get restless.
Right.
And he used to, from Chembur, he used to start walking so that everybody does everything fast. Because he said, मैं तैयार हो जाता हूँ, मुझे फिर wait नहीं कर सकता मैं. He used to wear his shoes and all, and at times he used to reach Chembur Garden, and we were all filling in the car and everything. So I guess somewhere it came like he was always on time for so there are people who are like this. I guess that's how we Alin and me are very disciplined. I'm not too sure of Boni's timings.
Right. One thing I would ask you is, in all these years, you know, who do you ask? Suppose you do a lust story, which is thoda alag, thoda, it can be an adult thing. Does Sanjay Kapoor ask someone before doing a film? Like, will you discuss with your wife, your brothers? Who will you discuss with?
Honestly, I've never even, like you spoke about love stories. I'm doing a job. I myself will not do something which I'll feel uncomfortable.
Correct.
So there is nothing to ask.
Okay.
When I'm not going to be comfortable, if I'm comfortable, I don't have to ask.
Correct.
Okay. When I got offered love stories, I was just being very happy and see, when you work with, like when I worked with Dibakar, I'm so comfortable that I know Dibakar itself, his aesthetic value is so high that he's not going to make, like when I did, for example, The Last Hour, there was this whole sequence, now that we are talking about, between Shana and me, where there was this love-making scene and everything. But Amit had made it so dark, the director, because he wanted a feeling to come, but he didn't want to show anything. Even when I saw it, I didn't know what the hell was happening. So basically, when it all depends with whom you're working.
Right.
You work with the correct person, it will be portrayed not as a stunt, but as a scene of a film or a show.
Right.
So when it's done that, it comes very naturally. Right. So I don't have to ask, because if I'm uncomfortable, if I'm asking, that means I know it's not right. Then I should not do it.
Right. So in your immediate family, you were the popular one till Bollywood Housewives came. How did that one show change everything in the house?
Well, see, when Maheep got offered Bollywood Wives, I still remember, I think so, Karan and Maheep, Bhavna, I think so Seema was also there on the flight. They were going to Delhi on somebody had passed away, so they just went for their, prayer meet and everything. It was an old person, so it was not like a very, but still you have to pay your respect. On the way back, I think so, Karan spoke about something like that is in his mind. Karan talks anything. So when Maheep came, she was like, Karan wants to do this. What the hell? How do I say no to him? I said, Karan, I just said it. Don't take it seriously. Then it became very on a serious note and everything. So then it became, this had to be addressed because she was not at all comfortable in everything. Okay. Because she was not sure. She didn't want to make a fool of herself. It's not easy facing the camera and everything. She had never done it at this thing. Now children have grown up and all. See, when your children are not there, or when you're young, or when your children are young, you take more risk and liberties and everything. Because it's not that you're answerable to your kids, because you don't want your children to be embarrassed.
True.
So, a lot of your decisions when your children grow up is thinking of their, their awkwardness or something. So, she was very worried about that. So, the only thing I told Maheep at that time, I said, see, if Karan is involved, if Netflix is involved, if you all are all doing it together, you all are friends, I think so. It'll be good. Just be yourself, and it you know, you don't have to worry. It
Right.
you know, they will not. It's not coming in a channel which you feel will use. You know, it's and plus I just knew that Karan was producing. So it'll have some kind of aesthetic value. Dharma was producing it and everything. I said just go in. Honestly, when I saw it, even I didn't think that they are going to be so comfortable in front of the camera. Yeah. It was incredible, and the best thing is that all four, they were just being themselves.
Right.
And Maheep's personality, you know, I know a lot of people like react very, very positive with her and all. It's just because the way we are, I think so. That's what probably Maheep has imbibed. Even in the front of the camera, she's not putting on an act.
She's being herself.
So I think so that came across really, really well, and I think so. Just not with her. I think so. See, Neelam was the only actor in it. Yeah.
Correct.
Other, you know, even Seema and Bhavna were absolutely raw and new.
Right.
But if it's worked for all four of them.
Right. You know, Maheep is, when we talk about popularity on the show, she's quite up on the charts. She's quite a favorite for so many people. Does that surprise you? Someone who was not on camera person.
No, you know, when I also saw it, it's that kind of her personality is that it will attract more attention and everything, and you know, some things she says so honestly, and she doesn't hold back and everything. So it's that kind of a even if it's a scripted film, any kind of character which is like that will always hold more attraction. And because it was so real, you know, when with abusing and laughing and suddenly the tears come out. So everything is real. So I think so people, I remember I was just part of 3-4 scenes in that season 1 or season 2. The season 1 when it came out, when I spoke about my career, like you said, or about Shanaz talking about, you know, La Ball was happening, and I said, this is just a fairy tale. You know, life is not going to be this, you know, this career is going to be tough. So I spoke about with my experiences and everything. You know, you recently spoke about, you know, Ritik, you spoke about 2 days back, you interviewed him. A person like him messaged me and he said, you were funny, I laughed a lot, and I felt everything you said. You know, like, because, you know, he's also a producer's son. When you are born in this, you see, because he's seen his ups and downs. Maybe he's, as an actor, he's been a superstar from his first film. But he's seen that up and down of his father, which is there in his head. So somewhere I think
he's also seen ups and downs,
But you know, he's been a superstar. He's unbelievable. He's too good. He's the favorite in our house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We all love him.
Nice.
But he's seen this thing probably of his father.
Right.
So he understood where I was coming from. He could relate a little more with me.
Right.
So he messaged me regarding Bollywood Wives. I've done so many films. I've done this.
Yeah.
So that was a way. So I think so. A lot of people relate to honesty a little better.
Honesty a little bit.
Hi, this is Sanjay Kapoor, and you're watching this interview on Bollywood Hungama.